Hello everybody. So as you can see, I have this big bandit on my upper lip. That's because yesterday I went to the dermatologist and had that mole that was right here finally cut off. And so it's not a very deep gash. However, it is kind of still kind of a bloody scar. So I have to keep Vaseline and a Band-Aid over it. I did have a little one, but my sweaty, oily skin makes the stickiness kind of go away after not too much time. So I had to get this big dark one. This is the only color GM Pop have. It's supposed to be flesh colored, but I'm not, blacks, so it doesn't really work with me. But anyway, this is all they had. It's like a big box full of different colors, and all they had were the dark ones left. But anyway, so I have to keep it covered so it doesn't get so dirt and stuff doesn't get in it. It's not a deep scar, but then again, it's a scar, and the doctor said don't let dirt and any nasty stuff get into it because it might infect it, possibly. Might not get too bad, but you don't want to take a risk. But anyway, so that's the situation with that. For any of you ask, kind of looks like I have a mustache in a way, but way off to the side, so not entirely. It looks a little weird. If it was a mustache, it'd be more centered, but it's not a mustache, even though it looks like it. So the work for today is, next to me is this little slide that Pawpaw has for the goats. It's been out here for a while. That he's going to take to the other pen for the two goats that used to be my mom's, and then the new goat and the horse. We're going to take that little slide to the other pen for them. And there's also a drainage ditch that needs to be digged out, a little one. That's going to be quite a job because it's going to be roughly, I think, about 20 feet, maybe 10. I don't know for sure. I'll find that out in a minute. And then other than that, there's also an area by the barn where water is kind of washing out under it, causing erosion out from under the slab. So the next thing we're going to do after that is we're going to take some rock and some dirt, and we're going to put it under the slab to prevent erosion from happening, destabilizing the building. So we're gonna get to it now. So about a month ago, I did a promotional vid for Hisea boots, which is what these are that I'm wearing. These are a different pair. They're bigger. They're not the same. The ones I was wearing last time were smaller, shorter. Really only meant for your feet, kind of in a way, but these are much longer, so they kind of go all the way up to my knee. This material, it's not rubber. It's kind of like I don't know what material this is called, but it's more expandable, so it's easier to put your foot in, and it's better for people who have bigger calves, I guess like me, because I have large calves. So they're pretty good, they're pretty flexible, and they're also pretty thick. So out here in this kind of climate, we have a lot of snakes. We have, sorry about that big truck, I don't know what it's doing, but it's out here for some reason. They're pretty thick at the bottom, and this material is also kind of good. It's a good rubber material, so we have to worry about cottonmouths and what else? What's the other thing? Copperheads are the two big venomous snakes out here that we have to worry about. So if you're standing in areas that might have those snakes, these are pretty good defense. If you're out in West Texas, which I wore this past weekend at my grandparents' house, the big danger out there is rattlesnakes. But these do a very good job at protecting your legs and your feet from snake bites, particularly. That's a big issue we have out here, you have to keep in mind. But they also just generally keep you warm, especially if it's cold. They keep your feet dry if you're walking in mud. Keep you pretty clean, so you don't have to worry about if you're walking through kind of dirty areas, kind of like this. But they're pretty good. I definitely recommend them. So look into them if you wish. I definitely would give them a go ahead because I really enjoy them. So this right here is the little slide, the one that we're going to be removing. This big one is one that's going to stay, so it's not going to be too hard. I don't know if the chickens are having a turf war or something, but they really like to make noise. It's the middle of the day, so they should not be crowing at the sun or anything. Also, it's cloudy, so I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, I guess they're just having a turf war or something. I don't know. All right, well, that wasn't too much. Pretty simple. Kind of got it off pretty quickly, but yeah. So we're gonna take this to the other side. I think Pop has like a platform for them already set up. So we're gonna go ahead, take that over there now. Yeah, these two are just having a turf war, I guess. I don't know what's going on here. Very strange, very weird. Who knows? So yeah, we'll do that now. So here is the crushed rock and concrete behind me. Very simply, it's going to be used for the sweat is making the stickiness on my band-aid fall apart. Very simply, it's going to be used for to keep erosion from happening under the pavilion, which is where the erosion's happening. So we have a bucket like this. And another thing, these boots work very well in rocky positions, areas like this. You don't have to worry about slipping, or they keep your balance pretty well, so you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Also, you know, they're good for climbing, especially up on the hill. And they also add lots of cushioning, so you don't have to worry about, you know, if you have sensitive feet. They can be very good for cushioning. So there's a lot with that they do very well with. So, yeah. That's just one bucket, but still works pretty well in my opinion. So I don't know well y'all can see, but down there near the edge of the concrete of the slab there is erosion that is getting up under the slab, all down, if you can see. So job today is to basically put that up in there, prevent the erosion from happening anymore. So now we have arrived at the hardest job of the day. As you can see, there's a little drainage ditch that flows from the chicken yard down this way. This was done with a tractor, by the way, and it kind of just stops right here. However, Pop wants a better ditch, a more defined ditch that goes from here right over to there. This little low area where the water tends to pool whenever it rains or stuff like that. Because unfortunately the water kind of like pools right here, and it can get weird. Oh, look at that. Little fluffy caterpillar. That thing may look cute, but it's not. You touch that thing, it's gonna hurt. not something you want to touch. Not something you want to hold. That stuff is not fun. I've never touched one before, but I've read about and I know people who have, and it was not fun. But anyway, so this is about, I think, I'm trying to measure because I'm 6 feet, possibly 6, 12, just under 20 feet, so not too far of a ditch needs to be dug. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that right now. Not too much. There's the shovel. So, I mean, people have dug with shovels and wells many times. No, people have dug ditches and wells with shovels throughout history. So, and this ground is kind of soft because it is sand. It's also kind of wet, so shouldn't be too bad. Not too much to worry about. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that right now. The chickens were here a minute ago. The goats are way out there. But yeah, as I said earlier, I have my Hisea boots because, as you can see, it's a very snaky area. All these limbs that are kind of falling out of these trees during storms and just because they die or whatever. And this tall grass and this wet area, like a hotbed for snake activity. So yeah, I gotta be careful. And that's why I have these Hisea boots, because these big, tall, thick boots make it to where snakes aren't too much of a concern, because I'm able to rely on the thick rubber to protect from the venomous ones. See? All right, everyone, kind of took my Band-Aid off. It's kind of ugly, so I want to cover that up, but keep it in the shadow. But yeah, work was done today. That ditch was, oh my God. That was, and it was pretty warm today, so that was not fun at all. That was not a fun thing to do. Even though I'm wearing my nice Hisea boots, the fact that there could be a snake slithering around still freaks me out really badly. I do not like snakes. I'm still very scared of snakes. So was not fond of that at all, even though they still do work very well. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, or no, what am I saying? It's done. Everything's done for today. It's pretty dark. I don't know why. I have time blindness or something. For some reason, I just lose track of time, and before you know it, it's already like 4 hours have passed. So anyway, everything's done for today. But then again, last thing I'll say, these Hisea boots pretty good. They work well, as I said earlier. They defend from snakes, rocks. They give you good stability, sturdiness. If it's cold, they keep your feet warm. They keep out water and stuff like that. They're still very dry, despite, you know, walking around some of that slushy mud. So that's not an issue. Yeah, they work pretty well. All right. So I'm gonna have a kind of an interesting video this weekend, or I don't know when I'm gonna post it, but this Saturday I'm going to College Station, Texas A&M University, and I'm going to an event called Final Review. I know some people in the Corps of Cadets at A&M, and also I'm a big fan of Miss Rev. So I'm going to be in College Station Saturday, and I'll film some of that for y'all. However, I don't know when I'm going to post that though. So I would just say stay tuned. Click the bell down below for notifications. But just stay tuned. Subscribe. That gives you all the notifications you need to let you know when I post. But yeah, then again, that'll be a kind of interesting video. I've never done anything like that before, but I think some of y'all might like that. I'll definitely enjoy going. But anyway, thank you for joining me on another Day Life and Adventures of Ben. Till next time, thank you.